Your life experience, good or bad, is a gift when you share it with others. At Taxi Chronicles, we allow real riders with real stories to share their gift. So hopefully this episode will intrigue, enhance or inspire you. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Morning. Yes, we're back with another episode, another rider. Today we have a very interesting rider. She's a lovely young lady and she's done some things very interesting actually I'd like to do. She's in the process of walking around the whole of the United Kingdom. So let's just hear her stories and how she got on and what motivated her and why she's doing it. So nice to have you here today, Kirsty.
Kirsty?
Oh, sorry. That's the last customer. Oh my God. Placebo.
Placebo?
It's placebo.
No, that's what you said.
Placebo.
I said Hasiba.
Oh, Hasiba.
Yeah.
I was thinking that's a bit strange when you said placebo. So I said that's Russian for thank you. And you
Yeah. I went with it.
Oh,
I was
okay.
like, do I stop?
No, you should have corrected me. Well, you corrected me in front of
Exactly.
7.5 billion people now, haven't you? Okay,
well,
so
there we go.
Hasiba, what gave you the idea to walk around the coast?
So I had a friend who did a bit of walking. I had no idea that he had at one point tried to walk the coastline, but I think it turned into sort of for him, just a hobby and a way to like make art and stuff like that. So I did notice he'd go away and he'd do some walking. I didn't quite really know what he was doing or what he tried to set out to do when he started. So then but it did inspire me. I thought, you know what, I think I could walk the whole coast of the UK, and I thought I was going to be able to do it and not stop. But here I am, back in London, about a month later. But I'm gonna.
You've been walking for a month.
Yeah, just over a month. Yeah.
That's good, though.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
It is good because you're not. It's not something. I take it you're born here.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's not like you're used to lots and lots of walking. I would say.
Well, no. That's the thing. I've only lived in cities, so.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
I had no idea about the coast. I had no idea about the coast path. Even when I started, I didn't quite understand what the coast path was. Do you know what the coast path is?
No, educate
Exactly. So I'll tell you where I went wrong, so you don't have to make the same mistake. So I started off walking the coastline, and the coastline is different to the coast path, because the coastline is the actual literal coastline where the sea meets or hits the land. But there is a coast path, and on the coast path, it's safe, and it's there for people to walk, if they want to do a coastline walk. I had no idea about the coast path, so I started the walk on the actual coastline, and 2 days in to the walk, I actually had to get rescued by the RNLI.
Okay. The tide came in.
Yeah.
It changes every 6 hours.
See, how did you know that?
I'm a Marine, ex-Marine.
Are you actually?
Yeah, so I used to drive speedboats.
So you know. All right.
So they're just sitting there, just going off, travelling.
And it's the thing. The thing is, it's like, yeah, I was a bit clueless. Yeah, a bit stupid. And I didn't really prepare or like do any, prepare enough to know what the difference between the coastline. Anyway, but yeah, I reached a point and I couldn't get any further, and then I was by a cliff, and the tide was coming in really quickly. I just had to get rescued by the RNLI. It was crazy. I had to swim to the boat, and
so you can swim then.
See, I always struggle with that question, but yeah, I can swim. But I'm not as strong.
Now, aren't you?
Exactly. I swear I can swim enough to be alive. Literally, it was.
It's one of those things
It
where
was.
you know what God you serve.
Yeah, literally.
Anybody just
the water god. Yeah. Who's the which exactly? Yeah. Who's? It's like crazy.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It was yeah. Then I just carried on because it was so early. It was too early. It's too embarrassing. If you start the walk, you had to get rescued 2 days in, and
how far did you walk?
It's not a good look. I had walked for 2 days, Another thing, I don't.
Are you camping?
Yeah. So I've got.
On your own?
Yeah. So I have my big backpack on.
You're brave. You're doing this on your own.
Yeah.
I'm not being funny. You don't look much taller than 5 foot.
Well, yeah. Do you need to be tall to walk?
No, I'm talking safety.
Oh right, yeah.
What's your what you do?
Well,
Yeah.
What does that mean? Safety, huh?
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, some mad person come along and
I'm the mad person, isn't it? I'm the mad person. That's what no one gets. It's like
kind of bad.
Yeah, okay.
Your bad is part of kind of ignorance, not knowing. This other bad person's bad is going to be a hold of heels of eyes.
You know what? I'll out mad any mad person who's taller than me. You know.
Okay.
It'll be fine.
Yeah, okay, well that's good. So you walked for 2 days.
Yeah.
And in those days, how many were you walking? Like 12 hours, 15 hours? Were you taking
Yes,
breaks?
I mean
what are you doing?
Honestly, you just walk all day until you can't, or sort of, until it hits the point where you're gonna have to find somewhere to camp up, or if the weather gets really bad. So, for example, I would be walking along some really like steep cliffs, which I look back on and I think I can never do that again. I don't know what was going through my mind, because they're really dangerous, and I'd never recommend anyone doing it. But again, in the beginning I was so naive, I had no idea. Anyway, it was so windy, so sometimes you stop right at the end of the day, and sometimes you stop because you physically couldn't go on because it's not safe. So I'd find myself at the top of a cliff, and I'd have to like go and walk inland, find somewhere to put your tent up, avoid any fields with cows in.
Why are you avoiding the field with cows?
You just don't, because cows can be very dangerous.
You think?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. That was a piece of advice that I got before. I did get advice about the tides, but the farmer.
Is that from a farmer telling you about cows or somebody else?
Farmers will tell you about cows if you ask them, but a farmer didn't tell me about. My friend who was doing all the walking said, "Look, be careful about the cows. Try to stay away from them." And you know, so I did. Nothing happened with the cows, thankfully. But it's scary because if you come close to cows,
they're big animals.
They're huge, and the look in their eyes is terrifying.
Oh, they're going to be slaughtered soon. My mate was here yesterday, and someone like you took him.
Well, yeah. So all these sorts of things could happen.
Okay. So what kind of supplies did you take?
So I've got a...
Please don't tell me you took a chocolate bar.
I didn't take a chocolate bar, but I have eaten chocolate bars along the way, because you will find yourself...
you need a sugar rush.
Sometimes you do.
Can I give you a bit of advice?
Go on.
From what we taught in the Marines?
Yeah.
Flapjack.
Yeah, I mean, I have a lot of flapjacks.
Yeah, have a flapjack, and what is it? You eat one every 4 hours.
Yeah, so that's not... You have to eat a lot. So I found myself eating so much, or when I do get hungry, I can eat... Oh, it's crazy amounts, but you're right. You do have to eat constantly, and you have to drink a lot of water.
Hydrate.
Yeah, constantly. Otherwise, it's impossible.
So you were clearly carrying what you needed.
Everything. Oh, yeah.
Did you map out pit stops? Like I will drink this amount of water, but I need to get to that shop.
I'm not that calculated. Obviously, I can't.
Just a free-for-all.
Yeah. You know to pace it out. And you know to just carry enough, maybe even more water than you'd need, and pace it out, and it's not impossible. Yeah. And that's what I go by.
So okay.
So it's all.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
So you're gonna get back at it.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. That's what I want to hear. We have to do a part 2.
Yeah, if I make it back.
No, you will
I will.
Just contemplate the dangers element as well.
But the thing is, I find I know that contemplating the dangers is you got to spend time doing that. But if you spend too much time doing that, you don't do it.
No, I don't mean.
You know?
Oh yeah, I suppose. Yeah.
I don't want to spook myself out.
I don't mean spook yourself. I mean just be aware.
Yeah.
Do you see what I mean? So have your survival knife.
Yeah.
This knife and
a
whistle.
A whistle, a rape alarm.
Maybe not a rape alarm, probably you're in the middle of nowhere. You're on your own love. I'm sorry to tell you like that, but you're on your own.
You don't know the cows. You don't know what they might be able to. Yeah, They might be able to.
She knows where Bob is. Save her.
Not Bob again. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when are you planning to get back at him?
ASAP, really. Probably I think in a couple of weeks, hopefully, if things work out. I don't like taking. I mean, the whole idea was that I wasn't going to take a break. I think because of how much I didn't know when I started, there's been a lot of learning, and I've needed to like, like, for example, I didn't prepare for the heat, and I didn't know what that would have meant. So I actually got heat stroke, so that's why I stopped. So I think it is. I think part 2 will be better planned out.
Yep.
Much more organised, and hopefully less stressful, because I guess when you're not organised, it does become a bit tough, more difficult than it needs to be, and if what you're doing is difficult anyway, so why would you add any more stress?
Okay, so we spoke about social media.
Oh yeah.
And we spoke.
Yeah, I know, because
You didn't have the energy to do the social media as well?
Well, it's just because you don't know. Your phone isn't reliable, because how am I going to charge it?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. That's what my question
so
about carrying spare batteries or chargers.
I have a solar panel charger.
Does that do any good?
Barely. So that's another thing. If my phone was always available all the time, I would be able to know I would probably be able to post regularly or share the journey more and have that kind of routine with it. But because it's so unpredictable, when I'd find a cafe or when, it's hard to know. But
you made me want to get up and do it now. Just pull over. Let you take over, and I'm going to the coast.
You can just drive me to the coast. That's what you could do. Yeah. Well, yeah. I'll figure it all out. It is something I'm quite determined to finish. So, it's just a bump in the road.
Your friend, he hasn't finished it yet.
Well, he's. I don't think he's aiming to do that. I think it's kind of, for him, it's developed into something where he's just doing it in short bursts, as and when he likes. When he feels like it, but he's not aiming to complete a distance. He's just doing it purely for art, because he's an artist. So it's changed what he's doing, but for me it is a physical thing. It is, let's see if I can do it.
Do you know the perimeter distance of the coastline?
Yeah, I think it's like 7,000 miles, I think.
7,000 miles?
I think it's the largest.
That's like walking from here to Africa.
Yeah, it's like
I've interviewed people who've walked half of Africa.
Really?
As migrants or asylum seekers or whatever, and they've walked through war zones.
Well, I'll tell you what, it's possible. It's not as it's possible. An interesting thing I found was, I don't know how close we are to our destination. Are we?
Yeah, we've got 3 minutes.
Okay. Well, I'd recover quite quickly. So we spent a whole day walking, and you'd think surely my feet I'm not going to be able to do any walking tomorrow. Surely, because of how much pain I'm in, and how
blisters.
I haven't had any blisters.
Is it?
Believe it or not.
Alright, you got DMs. Are those DMs?
No, I'm not wearing. I don't wear these on the walk. These aren't my walks. I have proper walking shoes and proper socks. Yeah, Solomon.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I wear and then I have really good socks. So I don't, and it's definitely partly that, but I do think it's being in nature, being so far out. The air is obviously cleaner, purer. You're with nature for a lot of it. I think it helps you recover, because if I'm in the city and I go for one run, maybe for half an hour, the next day I might have, I don't know, my feet would be in pain. Everything would.
Yeah, you're pounding concrete though.
Exactly, you're pounding concrete, but a lot of the walk is actually it's not always grass. It's not always. It's quite difficult. I mean, there's a lot of incline. So you just think, it makes you wonder. if it helps your recovery process by being out in nature. It's just yeah, it's interesting.
Now the question is, do you want to get some more followers when you're
yeah, go for it.
So tell us, where can people find you?
Yeah, so I've got an Instagram account called @HasibaWalking.
Do you want to spell that for them?
Yeah, it's HASEEBAH walking, and it is private, but I think I'll make it public. I ought to. Yeah.
Okay. I will say, from a personal point of view, I admire what you're doing. I'm only concerned about your safety, being a father and a grandfather, and an ex-soldier.
Right.
So I just say be aware and try and make sure that someone knows where you are. You check in every day at least. You see what I mean?
Yeah. I mean that's also the purpose of the Instagram account, so people know.
Yeah. But if you can't get reception, you'll know where you're going to be.
Yeah, exactly.
On this day, Mum, I should be at this pub.
Yeah.
So if you're not, then I'm between this destination and that destination.
Yeah.
You see what I mean?
Keep
Things like that.
Yeah.
Apart from that, we wish you well.
Thank you so much.
Thanks a lot.
Thanks for the ride.
We hope you liked that Taxi Chronicles interview. Don't forget to share and subscribe to get the latest episode. Ever considered investing in the continent with the fastest growing economies and population on Earth? The same continent that holds 30% of the world's known natural resources. Listen to our sister podcast, Africa Investor Stories, where you hear real investors with real stories from around the world share their experience of investing in Africa. We post Monday and Thursday at 10 a.m. British Standard Time.